Actually, I have a closing question for you.
Oh, I like it.
So,
closing questions.
So just, you know, a bunch of movies that begin sequels. You know, like your childhood and stuff.
Ooh.
So, if you had to pick one movie, franchise, whatever, from, you know, this era of movies, which one would you pick to see?
That hasn't gotten one yet.
Yeah, just like one sequel.
Shut up! You don't think Ryan is famous?
Cousin Ryan.
You gotta.
What's up, YouTube friends and family? It's Cousin Ryan.
Second cousin Ryder.
And second cousin Ryder just saw the original Top Gun for the first time. What do you think, Ryan?
Honestly, I liked it a lot. I don't feel the need to see it again.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
I liked it, and I think it was definitely like something I need to have at least seen once.
Okay, yeah.
But I could probably live without seeing it again.
Okay.
It's not that it was bad or anything, or it's like too cheesy, because I mean all 80s movies are like that. But
There is some 80s cheese in there, for sure.
yeah, but it's not a bad movie.
What was your favorite part?
I don't know, I just kind of like the jets.
Okay.
Like all the maneuverability and stuff.
Yeah. I've said this before, my favorite part, well, and I told you this at the end.
Yeah.
I absolutely love
The sunset shot.
You've Lost That Love and Feeling plane with the jets flying off into the sunset. Like, I think that is one of my all-time favorite cinematic Hollywood movie scenes ever.
Yeah.
But it's got to have that music playing too.
Yeah. That was a pretty cool scene.
What was your least favorite part about it?
Honestly, I could care less about the volleyball scene.
Come on, that's iconic. But I get it. It's 80s cheese
funny.
iconic.
There's been a lot of like references in media to it and stuff,
Yeah,
so I think it's funny, but
Okay.
it wasn't very vital.
No. Oh well, no. Of course not. There wasn't a lot in 80s movies that was
Vital.
Yeah. I almost thought that was the Uber driver right there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, look, we got a front row seat. We're going to be heading to the movie theater pretty soon to see Top Gun Maverick, so that review from Ryder will be coming up next. We're just stopping at the store to get candy to smuggle in. So, oh, sorry, I wasn't supposed to say that. So, we'll see you guys after the show. All right, Rye.
Yes.
Top Gun Maverick. What'd you think?
I liked it better than the first.
Wait, a little louder for the people in the back?
I said I liked it better than the
Wow. I can't. I said this before when John and I reviewed it when we saw it opening night. I can't disagree with that.
I think in terms of like an actual story to follow and like a flow with it, it does so much better than the first one.
Agreed. But you still need
the first one
to make the impact of this movie so powerful.
I'm not saying the first one is like a terrible film or anything.
No, and I didn't take it
there's
that
a
way.
lot of things that you would miss out on if you had just watched the second one and not the first one.
Right,
for sure.
right. No, I agree 100%. It was just every bit as good the second time, I thought, as it was the first time. Maybe even better, because I always feel like when there's big movies, I can slow down and really pay attention more the second time instead of anticipating everything that's going to happen in the story.
Oh yeah.
100% that David Bowie song plays when Jennifer Connelly's character is introduced. No doubt that has to be a Labyrinth reference.
I think so.
That has to be a nod. I mean, there's just no way you do that for any other reason.
I'm pretty certain.
There seemed like there was something else I caught. I just want to throw out the little trivia piece that the character Bob is Bill Pullman's son in real life. Was it Lewis Pullman? I think it said in the credits.
I think so.
Yeah, which is kind of cool. I don't know. Tell me something else. Tell me, what was your least favorite part of it?
Honestly, am I good for spoilers? I'm assuming.
Spoiler alert. All right.
I thought it was stupid that not once Maverick talked to Rooster about his mom having him pull his papers.
But he gave a good reason not to,
yes,
though.
He did, but I still think they deserve to know, like, the reason why.
Yeah.
And have him have, like, that real, like, heart-to-heart, be like, don't be mad at anyone, you know, it's just for your own safety and concern and all that.
But he did kind of explain that, though, as to why. My least favorite part, and this isn't story-wise a spoiler, it's a scene-wise it's a spoiler. The deal on the boat when he was helping Penny with the boat.
Yeah.
That just seemed sort of pointless. I mean, it reinforced their relationship a little bit, I guess.
For sure,
but didn't need it.
I think in terms of, like, a story, it kind of progressed. Like, maybe not the main story, but definitely a part of the story. It definitely moved along, but just in terms of, like, flow, it kind of broke it up in a weird way.
Yeah. So here's my final question to you for the night.
Yes.
Does there need to be a third Top Gun? I've already got
if I'm being honest, they could have had this movie where Maverick sacrificed his life. You know, he went down, he had a funeral, and they could have, like, ended it there, and it's like, you know, the next generation, but then leave it. Just no more.
Yeah.
I'm glad they didn't just, like, kill off Maverick, though.
Right.
But I don't think there needs to be another one.
Okay.
Because I feel like
I think they wrapped it up nicely.
Yeah.
I think
it's good where it's at.
Yeah, and I wouldn't put it past Hollywood to try to cash grab, but it'll never, doing a third movie will never have the impact that this film had to the story.
Yeah, like, unless they want to wait, like, another, like, 30 years for it. And
too long.
Yeah.
Because, no, don't. Just let it go. It's 2 movies, done.
Yeah.
All right.
I would definitely just leave it where it is.
Now, you told me earlier.
Yes.
I can't remember if it was when the camera was on earlier today or after, that you really liked the first one, but you don't need to see it again.
Yeah.
Would you watch this one again?
Maybe.
Wow, so it's not an instant.
I guess it kind of depends. Like, if it's maybe if we were doing, like, an outside movie and we watched it or something.
Yeah.
You know, you were just like, maybe it was just on or whatever, I'd watch it, but I wouldn't go out of my way to watch it, you know.
Okay.
But if it's on, I would watch it.
Total side note, I don't know if you saw those yard lights right there. I pulled out onto this street and I looked up and I saw those 2 yard lights and I thought I was looking into the rearview mirror at somebody coming up behind us really fast.
Oh.
And it was just the yard lights for that yard back there. That tripped my eyes out. It's like, whoa, I didn't see that car before. It's because it wasn't a car. All right. No, I think it's great. I really like, I think I said in my previous review, it felt like the old Tom Cruise from the 80s movies.
He definitely still had some of that charm, but you can tell, like, he's aged.
Oh, well, yeah, dude.
Like, he's a little bit disheveled, kind of, but he's, like... He's still pretty cocky.
Well, you know what?
Skills.
What's funny is they had that intro at the beginning where he's like, "Hey, thanks for coming. We did this movie for the fans, blah blah blah, whatever it was." And I'm like, gosh, he looks so much older in that than he does in the movie. Which I'm sure that the movie they had a little extra like enhancement to make him look
CGI
younger.
Or makeup.
But you know, well, I don't think they did CGI. It was probably like makeup and lighting and stuff. But you know, this movie was already like 2 years old.
Yeah.
You know, it was supposed to come out summer 2020 with Ghostbusters Afterlife and Bill and Ted Face the Music, and it kept getting delayed and delayed. So he is 2 years younger in the movie than he is like in any of the promotional stuff he's done, you know, for the release of this movie.
Yeah.
No, good times. I think it's a great movie. It's a must-see on the big screen. And
I would say so.
Yeah. So our next movie review will be Jurassic World Dominion Thursday night. We're going to see it in 3D. I didn't know it was coming out in 3D, but
I didn't know either.
They offered it up in 3D, so
we had to take
it in 3D. I'm still on the fence about 3D. Like, I thought we kind of like put 3D to rest a couple years ago.
Yeah, I mean,
but movies are starting to come out. We saw, before you got here a few weeks ago, we saw Doctor Strange in 3D, and it was all right. I mean, I still haven't seen 3D used to like really enhance the story. If that's how I want to describe it. Like, I don't feel like it's interactive 3D.
Yeah.
My biggest complaint about this is it's not theme park 3D, where if there's an explosion, I want to see stuff fly past my head. And like,
and like feel the heat. And...
Right. Well, yeah, that's like not 3D, feeling the heat though.
Yeah.
That's more. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
But theme park though, you like the Transformers ride.
Yeah.
In 3D at Universal Studios, you do feel the actual heat off of the missile or bullet that Megatron fires.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that would be pretty cool to see that in an actual movie too. But
oh well.
Yep. All right, bud. Closing thoughts.
Actually, I have a closing question for you.
Oh, I like it.
So,
closing questions.
So just, you know, a bunch of movies that begin sequels. You know, like your childhood and stuff.
Ooh.
So, if you had to pick one movie, franchise, whatever, from, you know, this era of movies, which one would you pick for a sequel?
That hasn't gotten one yet.
Yeah, just like one sequel, one movie, and like, you know, no cheesing it out, like,
okay,
you absolutely want to see.
Obviously after seeing Top Gun, I'd love to see a Days of Thunder sequel. Okay. But I'm not going to waste that wish on this. Right off the top of my head, I would like to see a sequel to The Labyrinth.
Oh, okay.
And you're going to say, but David Bowie's, you know, passed away. You can't do it without him. Which I normally would agree, but here's my proposal.
Okay.
The Goblin King could either be the son of the Goblin King, or Joel and I talked about this in the past, or it could be like Doctor Who, where it's like a different doctor, it's a different Goblin King. It's the same, right? The same character, it's just a different form. Yeah. Right? Is that how Doctor Who works?
Yeah.
Tom Hiddleston, Loki himself, playing the Goblin King. Boom. Okay. Or if we're gonna go the child route, like the son of the Goblin King, it could be twins. Tom Hiddleston and Neil Patrick Harris. Barney from How I Met Your Mother. I think those two playing brothers as Goblin King. I don't know. It could be good, man. It could be really good.
Okay.
Or one of them on their own. Even Neil Patrick Harris as the I don't know.
Yeah.
I might catch some heat for that one, but you can't, because you can't. There's just no way you can replace David Bowie.
Yeah.
So you got to sort of go a different route if you're going to do it.
Yeah.
But if I think that's where I'd go with that question, because everything else has got a sequel. Back to the Future doesn't need to be continued. We don't need to know any of that. Ooh. Well, how about you? Like, is there, from your childhood even? Of course, your childhood's pretty recent. We're still getting sequels from your childhood movies. But is there a movie from the 80s that or even the 90s that I've shared with you that you'd like to see?
I would love to see
a sequel.
Another Breakfast Club.
Ooh, with the same cast?
Maybe not entirely the same cast. Like, maybe they could do it in a way, obviously, like, you know, I think it would be a little bit too cheesy if it's like, oh, all their kids, or, you know, a couple of their kids came in or whatever.
Right.
But, you know, you have to have, like, the same sort of, like, hierarchy of characters, I guess, or, like, you know, you got, like, the nut job, or with basket case, troublemaker, the nerd, the jock. But
then it almost becomes a remake then. And I think you got to go a legacy sequel route with that. You can't
like bring back, like, obviously I think bring back some of the characters.
Right. Like,
obviously
maybe
you couldn't do them in like necessarily like the same way.
Right.
Like maybe have like Bender as the janitor for the school.
That's too obvious though. That's the obvious choice, right?
Well, yeah.
I mean, but it could be, no, you know what, you're onto something, because it could be Bender's the janitor, and you could even make, like, I think Anthony Michael Hall's character would have gone on to do more than be just not just the principal of a high school, but I think his brain was more geared towards, like, science or something. I could see Emilio Estevez's character being the principal.
Yeah, I could see him doing it.
Or Ali Sheedy, maybe. She could be the, not Ali Sheedy. I'm sorry, she was the weird with a basket case.
Yeah.
Molly Ringwald.
Yeah.
Molly Ringwald could be the principal.
But
right.
obviously try to include the other characters somehow.
Sure. I'm going to throw one more suggestion out there as I was thinking of this. Continuing the 1990 live-action Ninja Turtle movie, go the Last Ronin route, where there's one turtle left and the other 3 are dead.
Where's Michelangelo left, isn't it?
Spoiler alert.
Oh.
No, I mean, I don't know.
It's been out for
it doesn't
a while,
matter.
I
No,
think.
it has. No, and honestly, I haven't. I've got the books. In fact, I bought them when you were home last summer.
I think so, yeah.
And they might still be on the back seat back here.
Yeah.
These have been riding around on the back seat of my truck since you were home last summer. But I mean, and it doesn't need to be Mikey. It could be whoever the last turtle is. You know, I think that would be fun to see that. And I'd like to see Keaton in a Batman Beyond continuation of the Tim Burton universe.
That would have been awesome.
It sounds like we might be kind of getting that though, because he's showing up in the Flash as an older Batman.
Well, that's if the Flash doesn't get canceled.
Let's not talk about that. And how about, they've also signed him on to do Batgirl, like to make an appearance in Batgirl.
Is that a show or a movie?
I think it's a movie.
Okay.
I don't think it's a streaming series. What was the other one? It seemed like he signed on to show up in a couple other ones too.
Like DC or just superhero in general?
Well, DC.
Okay.
It'll be DC stuff. I think DC's desperate. Like, bringing Keaton is like their only option to succeed at this point. But
a bunch of people are getting in trouble and
DC's just a mess, man.
Yeah.
I would love to see a Batman Beyond directed by Tim Burton though, and starring Keaton. Like, bring everybody back.
Maybe even have a Spielberg do Batman Beyond. I feel like he could.
Dude, that's a crazy thought. I got to think about that. I can't immediately say that's a good idea, but I'm interested though.
Yeah, like I'm not saying it would be amazing, but the potential is
interesting. That's really interesting. I like it.
Or, no, that might be a little too far. But
say it, do it.
George Lucas.
Oh,
he's already got the creative mind for futuristic stuff.
You're getting too provocative now. I don't know if we can.
It was Spielberg.
But I'm listening. But I'm listening though. I'm listening. All right.
I think Spielberg
sounds good.
Should do it. I think Batman Beyond isn't quite like the Gothic enough. It's like very futuristic.
But
cyberpunk.
Sure. But take the Gothic Tim Burton route though.
Yeah, but whenever I think of Batman Beyond, I don't think of like Gothic.
That doesn't. But you know what though? To be fair.
Yeah.
When people thought about Batman in 1989, they thought about Adam West and the campy pow, bang, kaboom stuff from the 60s series.
Or the comics.
Right. Well, the older comics, but like my older brother, he was into the TV show. So and I wished we would have had this conversation, man. Like, I've mentioned this before, I would love to know what his thoughts were just based on that dynamic of having the campy 60s TV show and then going, I mean, he loved the Keaton movies. Mm-hmm. So obviously he didn't have a problem with it, but that's a huge transition to make
it's a very big dynamic.
It's almost like the step back we got from Generation 1 Transformers to what Michael Bay put out.
Yeah.
Tim Burton was a step forward, Michael Bay was a step back, man. No, I'm just kidding, but not really. All right. Top Gun 2.
Yes.
Top Gun Maverick. If you haven't seen it,
see it.
Totally worth it. And watch the first one first.
Yeah.
At least have a knowledge of the... No, you got to see the first one first.
Yeah.
Not just a knowledge, an appreciation. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Hey, until next time, don't stop chasing your nostalgia.
See ya.
You know, sir, it's cousin Ryan on the Hollywood Boulevard. You know, sir, he bigger than any superstar. All of us spit you some real dope bar. Some them sweeter than any chocolate bar. Boom!
Hey.